Fighter.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're taking a look at Street Fighter Real Battle on Film, also known as Street Fighter the movie, the game, and it's obviously based on the Street Fighter movie that was released in 1994 starring Raul Julia and Jean-Claude Van Damme, and this seems to be a game that gets kind of a bad rap. I've actually heard a lot of people say they don't like it, and I don't really understand why, because I actually really enjoy this game. I know on the surface it looks like it could be just another one of those crappy mid-90s Mortal Kombat knockoffs like Way of the Warrior and Kasumi Ninja, but it really isn't. So before I go further into detail, I can just say that if you've never played this game before, it's not as bad as some people might lead you to believe, and I'll just take it a step further. The movie isn't that bad either. It's nothing I'd call high art, and it's more like a G.I. Joe movie than anything else, but it does have some decent humor, some decent action, and it really entertains me as a kid. But we're not here to talk about the movie, we're here to talk about the game based on the movie, so let's do that. As far as the gameplay goes, this is basically just another version of Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo. It carries over the exact same control scheme as any other Street Fighter 2 game, and it features all of the same special attacks and super combos, and it plays more or less just as well. The only real difference is in the character roster. This game does not feature Fei Long, who wasn't even featured in the movie, and it also doesn't include T-Hawk, who was featured in the movie, just not in the game for some reason. But you do still get to play as Jean-Claude Van Damme, Kylie Minogue, Juana Man, and there's even a secret code to unlock Akuma, so I'm not really very upset by the character omissions, and as far as the core gameplay goes here, there's not really anything to complain about, or at least I don't think so. My judgment might be a little bit clouded as I am a huge Street Fighter fan.
Round 2, fight! Kung Fu! Shoreviewken! You take it! Hadouken! 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 You win!
Real Battle on Film also features several different gameplay modes. There's the typical arcade and versus modes, there's a trial mode, and they even included a movie battle mode where you take control of Jean-Claude Van Damme as Guile and play through kind of a choose-your-own-adventure style narrative until you get to your final confrontation with M. Bison, and this is pretty cool. Old school Street Fighter games didn't really have story modes, so I like the inclusion of the movie battle mode. So as far as gameplay modes and the gameplay itself are concerned, this really has everything you need from an old school Street Fighter game. I don't really understand why so many people say they don't like this game, unless those people just don't like Street Fighter in general. The presentation is where you could make the argument that this game is inferior to other Street Fighter 2 games, especially if you don't care for digitized graphics, because admittedly they haven't really aged very well. Some of the character animations can be a bit stiff and kind of jerky, and it's obvious that not all of the actors and actresses actually knew martial arts. Some of their attacks can come off as kind of uncoordinated and goofy looking, but I will say that as far as mid-90s digitized games go, this isn't nearly as bad as it could have been. It's not like Shadow War of Succession for the 3DO, for example, which is just an awful looking game. Here, the backgrounds are at least detailed and feature a lot of animation, and the actors and actresses are recognizable easily as the characters they're portraying. The soundtrack, though, I think is really awesome. It's 100% original tracks to this game, so nothing was recycled from Street Fighter 2, and I think it all sounds really good. There are some high energy, exciting songs like in Guile or Ryu stages, and some of them are more subdued and kind of groovy sounding like Blanca or Chun-Li stages, but on the whole I think they all sound great. So while the graphics are definitely outdated and kind of cheesy looking, I don't think they're all that bad. They're actually kind of charming in a way, and the soundtrack is excellent. So overall, I think the presentation in Real Battle on Film is good, however imperfect it might be.
Shoreviewken! Shoreviewken!
So I can recommend this game to Street Fighter fans if you've avoided playing it because you thought it was going to suck for some reason. It really doesn't. It plays more or less just like any other Street Fighter 2 game. It just looks kind of cheesy because of the digitized graphics. It can easily be found online for cheap for either the Saturn or the PlayStation. And like I said, it plays well. The graphics, yes, are kind of goofy looking, but also give the game a certain charm and appeal, and the soundtrack is really good. If I'm given the choice of games to play featuring a digitized Van Damme, I'm picking this over Time Cop any day of the week. Street Fighter Real Battle on Film, aka Street Fighter the movie, the game. It's awesome.
Hadouken! Hadouken! Hatsumatsu! Shoreviewken! Hadouken! 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 Shunzu Hadouken! You win!